Hey everyone, I'm Sakshi and welcome back to the State of Solido. This episode isn't just about a small upgrade. It's about a shift in how your capital actually behaves inside the system. iAssets are now live on Solido, and this is where things get interesting. On their own, iAssets own base protocol yield that's already strong. But on Solido, iAssets stop being passively tokens and start becoming tools. Solido is designed in such a way to extract the most value from them. Here's the hook. You can now deposit iSUPRA, iWBTC or iETH as collateral, borrow cash, and continue earning your base yield at the same time. No selling, no breaking your staking rewards, and no idle capital. You keep exposure, you keep protocol yield, and you unlock liquidity on top of it. That's the core advantage here. Borrow without selling and borrow without breaking any yield. Now it even gets better. Borrowed cash isn't meant to sit still. On Solido, cash is a productive capital. You can deploy it into yield strategies, reinvest to compound, or use it to support on-chain activity tied to Solido incentives. So the stack looks like this. iAssets unlock cash, cash unlocks yield, and Solido connects the two. Meanwhile, you're also earning Solido blocks for real usage. That's the Solido edge. Real usage earns real upside. And from a mechanics perspective, iAssets unlock a more efficient borrowing profile with higher LTV ratios, low predictable fees, and block incentives that stack directly on top of your active positions. Your collateral doesn't just get parked, it stays productive. But we're not done here. Beyond borrowing, iAssets can also move into liquidity roles across the Supra DeFi ecosystem. When deployed into markets, they earn from multiple layers: base trading, APRs, boosted staking rewards, and ecosystem stimulus incentives. So you're not choosing between staking or DeFi, you're layering both. And if you zoom out, the life cycle becomes quite clear. You bridge assets, your base yield begins. You deposit into Solido, unlock borrowing power. You borrow cash and unlock liquidity without breaking yield. You deploy it into markets, you earn DeFi rewards. And you earn Solido blocks that stack protocol incentives on top of your positions. So each step here adds some yield. That's the compounding model. So Solido isn't where the yield starts, it's where yield compounds the correct way. Now stepping to the infrastructure, and this one matters for builders and long-term composability. Solido's entire stack is now FA native. Flow, Cash, and Grow have completed their migration to the FA standard, one unified asset model, cleaner composability, fewer edge cases, and built to scale without any fragmentation. You don't see this upgrade on the surface. You feel it in the smoother execution and more predictable integrations. Meanwhile, the conviction also keeps building. Over 80% of Solid's circulating supply is now locked. That's alignment and that's long-term positioning. And the Genesis blocks, well, they have crossed 35 million Supra in trading volume and remain at the top of Crisra utility assets with real liquidity. Now let's tie this back to where we are in time. Blockrush Season 1 is still live and it ends in March. Every iAsset you deploy, every cash position you activate, every liquidity move you make, it all feeds into blocks. We've already seen users leaning into blockrush groups, activating cash to earn yield and stacking blocks at the same time. Collateral loops, yield layering, stable capital, compounding returns, and points converting into Solid at the end. So as Season 1 moves closer to March, these strategies matter more every week because the leaderboard doesn't reset quietly. The leaderboard is actually tightening, and it isn't a static season anymore, it's strategic. And the more efficiently your capital works, the better your position looks when March arrives. That's it for today's State of Solido. We'll see you in the next one. Till then, stay active and as always, stay solid.